Oh yeah!
Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. And today we're going to be in the Viking Park, and we'll possibly jump around to a couple other things. And I've got a few ideas of some stuff that I want to do. There it is. Load in here. I always like the intro when King Coaster gets knocked into the water and gets out, and then you hear him shout, "Hey!" I can't do the impersonation right. I mean, if you thought Talk Like a Pirate Day was tough enough, you should see Talk Like King Coaster Day. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't even know how King Coaster even talks, other than just you hear him laugh and giggle and shout, "Hey!" Hey, Murray. Gold medal. Yeah, right. I'll get booed off the stage. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, I just love how this came out. And then we have the rest of the park. Well, not in its entirety. I mean, this over here ended up pretty decent, I would say. Build like a Planet King, destroy like a Viking, yeah, right? So we're gonna change that ride out with the Viking one that JP built yesterday. We did add these bridges for the railroad. We're probably gonna end up redoing it anyway. He's moping his way home, forgetting. Oh! See, can we get him? I didn't see who did it. Okay. I love the effects that you get from this right here. That actually is part of why I think the Viking and the scenery, the Viking themed scenery and the sorcery themed scenery actually go together fairly well. The architecture looks, you know, for the sorcery theme, it's not Nordic in the way that the Viking theme is, but they have that medieval feel. There are some similarities to it. You have like a stone castle. It's a little more refined. Then you have all the crystals, the magic stuff. Kind of fits with those runes. They both go really well in the same biome. That was one of the opinion that they would be good together. We wanted to open this plot back up for a LSM coaster. JP, what's going on, man? Whoa. Get right down to the metal graded floor on this ride right here. Dang. I think this up here could be cleaned up. Maybe reorganized a little bit. Kind of do something with this plaza. Wanted to check in and see if you still want me to theme that tropical park. Go for it. Chicago Bears, baby! And Cookie Pirate at the same time. Yes, let's go. Did they win? They did. Or they are winning. First I need the code to actually then at first. I gave you the code yesterday, I thought. No, I think, well, it doesn't matter, just give it now, might as well. Well, I did give it last night. Oh, there, yeah, I looked it up there in the fourth quarter. Alright. What in the world is that outfit? It's like her pants are half ripped or something like that. Let's come over to the latte love counter back here. That was weird. It could be a graphical bug. Coaster is still going strong. It's got a decent line. I mean, it's cleared up a little bit here. The Prestige is dated, but it's going to resurge with the score like that. Is that a pirate fashion police? No. It just looks strange from that view. Romic! What's going on? Oh, yeah, thank you for giving that. I know I gave it yesterday. because I had to update the park because I had an old version uploaded. Look at that! What an absolute cluster. This is actually getting a line for it. That's resurging. Interesting. Good. Aging. Old. Old. That one's still new. Aging. 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 Heh. Hey Reese, what's going on? So is this park just a bunch of coasters plopped around, or what's going on here exactly? It's... I mean, all of these coasters are handmade. But, yeah, they're kind of scattered. I've cleared out some stuff. This is the first park that I should say the first park, but the first major, like, project park, I should say, that I started when I first got the game. And then we're just trying to freshen it up and add stuff, theme it a little bit. Kind of just been fun, because I've been kind of lost the last 2 episodes. Oh, no worries. How's everyone doing as the weekend winds down? I was 0 productive this weekend. Unless you count building in PC2. I got a fair bit done today. I got a lot done yesterday, but then I was running around multiple times, and... I think you started watching on the tropical one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. Yeah, because you weren't coming around here in the winter when I first started playing the game. So it is most likely the tropical one that you saw. So we were talking about the coaster competitions and stuff, and I had mentioned how Corvus did his for his Cedar Cove Park. I was watching a couple of those earlier today when I was eating, and it kind of just gave me some ideas. Although everybody's making the like the same 5 or 6 different coaster types. Sounds like some kid shouted tornado. I have laundry. Laundry in the dryer, dishes in the sink, and an unmade bed, and I have 0 blanks to give about it. I was working on my Park Imagine World Friday, Saturday, and this morning, and I've been watching football since noon. There you go. I actually did my laundry today. Got my dishes loaded in the dishwasher, but I haven't run it. I don't really like messy kitchens. Even though my kitchen is a mess, it irks me, so I try not to make it even more messy than it already is. It's just cluttered. Like, it's not, like, filthy or a biohazard or anything like that, no. It's just really cluttered. Bromik is the mood, for real. That's right, follow me for more life lessons. Oh man, you all are a riot. I have to clean the kitchen before I go to bed. Doesn't matter if it's midnight, it needs to be clean. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Well, and I mean, many of you know I have a cat, and if I leave anything that she is inclined to mess with, it gets to be very disruptive, or worse. Cannot have dishes in the sink when you wake up or it's bad luck. Is that... Are you just BSing, or is that actually a thing? I've never heard that before. I always love how the first 15 to 20 minutes I load into this game and just do nothing but look around while everybody comes into the into the chat, and we just chit-chat about random stuff that has little or nothing to do with this game. I don't mind it. It's more like a Cookie Pirate open forum. Same with the kitchen, you clean it even when you're drunk. Asking the person who made me Google channel 666 gaming. You all are a riot. There's still people trickling on this. I was watching 3 other PC2 streams today. Yours is the most engaging, and you're way more accommodating to your viewers than some. Well, I appreciate that. I try. You know? In my opinion, if you're gonna live stream the game, you should interact with people. But, so I don't really understand, like, live... unless the people that are just getting started with it or don't do it, like, very infrequently, then I can kind of give them a little bit of a pass. But people that just log on and live stream and just don't really say anything, it's... I don't know. I'm gonna say it's poor form. If you're gonna do that, then don't live stream the game. Just record it and upload it as a video, is what I would say. It's not true at all. Dale, we're gonna have to keep you in check tonight. I haven't been on 20 minutes yet, and, You got the map, good. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know for sure I posted the code yesterday, because I remember having to go in and update it. It's true you could have missed it, but... Yeah, Brawmick got it for me. He beat me to it without, you know, having to tag out and go in. They only read comments that come with a donation. Yeah, sadly, that's a lot of the way things are done. But the YouTube ones seem to not be as bad about that as ones on Twitch. Oh gosh, look at that. Well, I mean, this entire thing should clear up by the time a train gets over here. You've got 2 backed up at that station. Interesting. What are y'all talking about? Brawmick made a comment that said I'm one of the most engaging well, the most engaging PC2 stream he's watched today. And I'm talking about how you try to be engaging. That's the whole point of live streaming and getting a crowd of people. I mean, they're generally... That's what you're supposed to do when you live stream. And there are exceptions to that, but... Alright. Oh, we lost power to something. Did something break down? No. Oh, but its power capacity is reduced. Same with that. So let me go back to... that's the one we just called. That one. Ha! He got caught busting the picnic table. Restaurants. We're low on power because of a... oh no. That may have gone out. We lost power to all of this over here. Well, that kind of sucks. My bar, no, it'll come back. Another crime? He's looking. Oh. Alright, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Get out! Oh, there's the wizard. Oh, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of... Oh, wait a second. Behold the staff in the book. The power of Vesper compels you. Oh, that's terrible. That's why I'm a YouTube streamer and not a voice actor, folks. How's this coaster doing? Dated. Yeah, so it's gonna, for a little while, it's going to take a hit on appeal. I have no doubt that it will resurge. Those yoga pants, what percentage off were they? Wait, so that must be some sort of a bug. That wizard is a Sheogorath. Oh, I love the Elder Scroll reference. And now we're in a pretty sorry state of affairs because we're having multiple dang it, power failures. All right, now let me slap another solar panel down. Who is Sheogorath? So, are you familiar with the Elder Scrolls at all? I take it if you don't know Sheogorath, you're probably not, or not much. Sounds like something Godzilla would fight in Tokyo. So, Sheogorath is kind of like one of the gods, so to speak, in the Elder Scrolls games. And he's kind of like a bipolar... Oh, I want the large panel. Oh, that's going to tank scenery. So, maybe what we could do is place that... Is there a spot over here that would fit and not be in the way? Oh, yeah! Yeah, let's do that. Call Mr. Fix-It. I did. They're getting a couple of those repaired, but in the meantime, we've got to add some power, additional capacity. Aha! Now all of our power issues are solved with that one solar panel. Alright, we're in better shape now. What if it's misfix it? Oh, then that's fine. There are not enough tables at restaurant 2, really? Well, I see 2 open, one. Well, 1. I don't know, maybe just like sit with some other people and maybe meet some fellow park goers. We actually probably could add a couple. Yeah, let's see here. No, click the actual. Okay, there we go. But I'm thinking of moving this restaurant anyway. Oh, that's a sorcery bench. Whoops. Oh, when we were looking at that before, that's... Alright. Lumen Fredini is Mr. Fix-It. Ah! I mean, maybe we have a little bit of room to add. I would rather stand than eat with strangers. Introverts unite separately, of course. I get that, but I don't fully agree. Oh, really? Oh, he got busted right away. You gotta be stupid to break that right in the middle of a... All 4 of you, hands up. Get out, get out, get out, get out. S. Dan Wolf creepy vibes, regarding what? I'm not sure what you're referring to on there. Oh, stop using solar? They just produce so much power. All 4 of them got scared of one. Well, it turns out if somebody goofs off, the entire group gets sent home. So I'm sure his 3 buddies are ragging on him. Thanks a lot, you jerk. You got us kicked out of the park. Let's call somebody to fix that. Alright. They're not taking him for the next time, right? Yeah. What just broke? Yes. Okay. Man, I keep getting drawn back to this. Just really came out nice. Alright, I need to think of something to do. What am I going to build first? I don't know. That's what I'm actually trying to figure out. I'm just a little bit stalled out. I could revamp a coaster and a station, or I could just throw something totally new down, or we could kind of start working on the water park. Oh no, Dale, don't tell me they're throwing that lead. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to football. I used to follow it pretty closely, but I've gotten sick of it over the years. And, I don't know baseball lingo, it's football. But, with any major sports, that comment means they are about to blow a massive lead, or any lead, and just screw up and let the other team come back and win. Or risk doing so. Dale, gross. Oh my gosh. Sarcasm is just lost on this crowd. It's tough to interpret sarcasm via text, I will say that much. Depends on what team you cheer for, says Maria. That's true. This Pirate Infinity is sick. You can thank Bromik for that. I had nothing to do with that one. So, most of the coasters in that park I built, or I had an original plan and somebody tweaked it, changed it up a bit. That is the one coaster that somebody, in that case Bromik, actually built from scratch. And he did a fantastic job with that one. You're talking about, Swashbuckler, I think, right? The Gerstlauer. Man, I saw some really good Gerstlauers today on Corvus's channel. And I kind of got inspired, but since we already have one, it makes no sense to add another one. 347 million still unpaid. Boo! Alright, I'm really struggling to find out what to do. Yeah, that one was a fantastic. Jempers, how are ya? I'm doing okay. How about you? Alright, there's a poll. First, I lose my invite to the prom, and now I'm accused of being sick. Not that you're wrong, but well. I don't care if they do, I do. I've been struggling with that coaster. Hold on. What are you referring to? The, Swashbuckler? I've recreated Cheetah. Oh my gosh, yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, that's one of my favorite coasters. Let me check that out. Alright, so we have four votes for build an entirely new coaster, and somebody said pools in the back. So we could try our hand on a second attempt at that. Oh, you're talking that you want to see the cheetah hunt. You've been struggling with it? Alright, one person voted for railroad and chairlift. I have a feeling that was probably Dale. Ha! I love cheetah hunt. A new park in the front bumper, POV. I suggest a new park, Jimpers times 1,000. Well, he always tells me, based on the size of the blueprint, if he thinks it's going to fit somewhere in whatever I'm working on, or if I need a new park. Was in the kitchen, heard cheetah hunt, ran back. Yes! I love it. Alright, so I'm going to completely ignore this poll and choose the option that nobody voted for. and we're going to build a station for one of these coasters up front. I'm just kidding. Oh, Dale, you voted for Pool. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna end the poll here. So we will build a new coaster. Oh, JP voted for the train and chairlift. We'll do all of that. Do I even really need to save this park? I really did not do much of anything. I suppose we could just because it's progress on this. So I get loaded in like the first 15, 20, sometimes 30 minutes, I do almost nothing. Because I got a whole crowd of people to chat with. That was a decent turnout so far. The last couple nights, it kind of took a while for people to trickle in. And I'm not complaining about that. Cookie, when I'm theming, is it okay if I add rides and stuff? Yeah, within whatever you want to do. Just make it reasonable. But do as you see fit. I mean, that is your park in the sense of that you can do what you want. Like, it's not going to affect my ability to go in and do stuff later, although I can always copy or copy. I should say I can go in and get your version and continue off of that. The reason I was too far away from the brake run and wanted to get back and still be thrilling. Alright, let's go in the workshop and get that code. Or not, because it's the very first one listed. I love when that happens. I love Cheetah Hunt. Maybe a little bit of a hot take, but I would go so far to put that as number 3 in the park. There's no way it beats out Iron Gwazi. And I also... I also really like Montu a lot. That's my favorite B&M invert. I just gotta find it here somewhere. Really wish they would do a better job of sorting these. I've got to go through and probably clean some of these out. Cheetah Hunt, there we go. Let me make sure it is entirely above ground. We'll raise that just a tad. Okay. I cannot wait to check this out. Reese was super excited. He said, I heard Cheetah Hunt and ran back to the computer. Or whatever. Yeah, type Cheetah in the search. You could do that. You copied the weird twisty thingy at the start perfectly. It's really cool. I like the colors. The trains are... wait a second. So I'm kind of curious, how... Can you change out the cars on this, or did you use a mod? Because look at the cars, they're like the standard, the Intamin Blitz model. Oh, I like that. Oh, you used a mod. Okay. Very nice. Ooh. This is so beautifully done. Like, you got that tree canopy down to a T. Yes. Oh, you can go to settings and allow interchangeable cars. Okay. Like the S-turn over the water there. In the real world, it's over water. Then the launch. Hey, another roll. Man, that is really nicely done. You simulated that really nicely. I really like this. It definitely does have a little bit of a different layout. I'm trying to think. The only real differences that I can think of off the top of my head, I want to say you actually go a little bit further down off of that, because I know it sits pretty deep underneath the ground, like the path and stuff like that, where you have that bridge you can go over. This is really nicely done right here. You just modeled that so well. You got the curvy bit, then you have the roll. Yeah, it crosses back over itself. I think that's the main difference. Although I'd have to go back and look at a blueprint of the real one. There's a bit more track before the first launch. Not really. It probably just goes down a little bit deeper. This is so well modeled. And I actually really like the spin you put on the second half of the ride. It's really nice. The second roll, I think, is really well suited. I like the S-curve back here. And then you kind of did a little bit more, kind of gave it some hills over there. Another pop of airtime. Really nicely done. Have the EFN. That should be higher. No way. That should be in the 6s. I wonder if it's just the slowdown up here that kind of skews that a bit, but we go into your stats are on point. 60 miles an hour, you got that to a T, holy cow. Great airtime. It rolls a bit more into that first launch. Well, oh yeah, I fully agree, it's criminal. I know that coaster like the back of my hand. Well, I think what it is it just rolls longer out of the station. And then it hits that launch. That first launch is actually kind of punchy. But it seems like the distance is relatively good. The height is accurate as well. 100 feet, yeah. Yeah. You got it to exactly 102. Oh, well, yeah, that probably could have to do with the level that I placed it at. Like, this down here is at 1 foot. Man, that's really good. I like that a lot. Alright. Great, thanks for sharing that. That was really cool. Cheetah Hunt, I know it's not the most intense ride. That's a lot of fun though. Like I would call it at the very high end of family coaster, or at the lower end of like a full-fledged like thrill coaster. I remember when I was at Busch Gardens in March, there was this guy and his daughter. The girl had to probably be like 8 or 9. She was an absolute sweetheart, and her dad was super nice. And we were just talking because I was at SeaWorld the day before, and he goes to SeaWorld all the time, so we were talking about that, and he said that is his daughter's first big coaster, like outside of like the kiddie coasters and stuff like that, or the family coasters. And she said she wanted to go on Montu, but she was afraid because it goes upside down. I'm like, yeah, it goes upside down a lot, but it's a great coaster. Montu's the best B&M invert in my opinion. I know that people will even categorize it as a family thrill. I would. Yeah, it really kind of fits that middle ground between family and thrill coasters. There's an overlap, and Cheetah Hunt falls right into that. And anyway, she's like, I don't like coasters that go upside down, but this one seems okay. And I said, this one goes upside down once, and the dad said, he said, shh, don't tell her that, she doesn't know. And I'm like, oops. She loved it, though. She had a blast. So, they were really great folks. Might try my hand. Oh, if you recreate Montu. Alright. I'm gonna open up a poll. I think everybody knows how they should vote on this one. Dale, I think Jimpers has a new date for the prom if he does Montu. The Bears win finally 1-2 rough start. Well, I'm glad they saved from throwing. Congrats on the win, man. 1-2. Yeah, hey, that's better than some teams my family likes. Alright. We are going to give that do Kumba? Ooh. I've seen a lot of really good Kumba recreations. Or should we change? Jimpers, which of the two do you never mind. Okay, I just saw your message come up. I've tried Kumba before, just can't get the loop around the drop correctly. So, this Floorless was built largely off of Kumba, but not entirely. I'll go over this real quick. It was a lot of trial and error with the first drop. And what I ended up doing is getting the track just in, regardless of the first drop, just getting the track in place for the loop. And then I went back and redid the first drop. I don't like how the dive loop came out. The in-game standard dive loop is not great. And it always spits it out pretty much at a right angle, which I don't really like. The B&M dive loops generally tend to have a little bit more of a snappy roll up at the top. And for this one, it's too gradual. Went to the 0G, and instead of the Cobra roll, I decided to do the Sea Serpent instead, and have it curve up around. Otherwise, what you would do is add a hop and then the Cobra roll and have it come up straight up into the mid-course there. But then this is very, very similar. You go down into the interlocking corkscrews, come back around. On the real Kumba, the hill is actually up here as opposed to back here. And then, little pop of air time. Second Cobra Roll, Cobra Roll, sorry, corkscrew. And you dive back in. And then you have the helix. So this was largely based off of Kumba. And I guess if you have trouble getting the vertical loop through the lift hill, get the placement of the loop, just screw around to get the track lined up, and then just go back and redo the first drop properly. If Jempers wants to try Montu, I'm going to give Kumba a try. Ooh, I would like to see that. It is unanimous for replacing the invert with Montu if Jempers makes it. It's actually interesting how different the B&M dive loops are from other manufacturers. Well, you think about it, I think B&M was the first one to do the dive loop. And then, like, yeah, and that's a really good point, because when you look at the dive loops on, like, Gerstlauers and stuff like that, it's almost like a reverse Immelmann. Like, you go into it, flip, and then come basically straight back out the direction you entered. Alright, I know some of you will maybe not have an opinion of this, and this is just a question for fun. Fun fact, Arrow made the first dive loop with the Batwing. It's a dive loop into a reverse Sidewinder. I'm not really sure that I would categorize, unless you're thinking of a specific ride where that's the case. Oh great, rain again. Alright, just out of curiosity, what do you all think? Alright. So, the vote from before was for the Intamin. I'm gonna get to work on Montu. Alright, I'm looking forward to it, man. Kumba, sit down over the shoulder restraint. Yeah, it is. It's not a lap bar. Yeah, it is not a floorless. It's the same as Wildfire at Silver Dollar City and Dragon Con and the Hulk. Alright. Alright, I'm not going to do any polls for this, but I want you all to give me ideas. We saw how the first Blitz coaster ended up. I wasn't happy with it. Oh. Time to go home. Oh, he's getting out of the park before he gets caught by security for something. JP, welcome back, man. I'm thinking maybe just we start with a couple airtime hills and... You know what I'm thinking for this, actually, right now? Is maybe off the airtime hill we have it go. Not sure if I'm gonna keep this path. We may reroute it. Yep. Guilty! Out! Oh, okay. You got caught anyway. That's one thing that can stop me from building a roller coaster is catching vandals. Kicking them out. Ooh, okay, interesting votes. So, within the next month, 3 people think it will, and 1 person says it will not reopen at all. My personal thought is it's probably going to reopen later this year. Late in October, November time frame. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the 3 people that voted it will very soon. I hope you all are right. It would be a travesty for the ride to never reopen. It would be a lot of very upset people, I think. Leon, how's it going? That path will have to get redone. I'm doing okay, thanks. Let me turn that test on. I just want to see how it does. That might be a little bit too intense on the forces there. Now that airtime, I think, is a little bit too much. Maybe we taper that down just a little bit. Well, we can maybe steepen it. I like that. Ah, Bromik. Aha. It is tricky. But, try what I did for this over here. What I mentioned. Get the placement of the loop first. Just do the drop. Get your track built out however you need to line the loop up, and then go back and kind of tinker with it after that. Any visitors on go-kart today? That's on the other park. We could do a go-kart track in this park at some point. See if we have any better luck with it. Hey, wait, some quattro something, I don't know. What are they singing? I don't think it would make it through this 0G roll if we tried. Well, I mean, we could see. Oh, it does, awesome. We'll go with that. We've got to find a way to get the track to cut back before that switch track, because I want the spike to go up this way. Give me some ideas. So, we start with the little airtime hill, then we have the 0G roll. And we need to bring the coaster out. Doesn't need me to theme any rides at all in any of your parks beside the tropical. At the moment, I think just do what you want in that park. Might have you do something in this one at some point, but alright. I'm thinking maybe what we could do is send it into a second launch, kind of with a little bit of a cutback of some sort, or a top hat over this way. Or maybe a helix. What should we do with this here? I actually will do a poll for this one, because I really don't know. Coaster crashes, then explodes into fireworks. Yeah. Second launch into a cutback or top hat is the first vote. Let's see what else you all come up with. while I'm thinking about it, we should, I want to plan the end of the ride. That's going to be just drive tires into... Let me turn the angle snap on and get that lined up, actually, properly. Do a block. Alright, so we've actually at least got the end of the ride set up, and the brake run would kind of end up out over this way. Have it turn. I'm gonna let that run for a couple minutes and we'll kind of continue after that. My thought is it's gonna have kind of an out and back layout for the first half, and then it'll have, we have got more room to do like a twister ball, sort of like, what is it, Poltergeist maybe, something like that. That could actually be a really good combination. Have it more linear out this direction, and then have it just go all over the place out over here where we have open areas. Alright, we have 2 votes for launch into a cutback, or a top hat. Thing is, it stopped raining. Oh. Huh? Biohazard alert. Like, this guy's like wandering around, coming back to the ride exit where there's the most barf in the park. That's why I missed the no entry signs that the RCT games had, where you could place those at long exit paths. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and end that. We'll go ahead with the second. I'm thinking for this we'll actually have it dive underground. Not like into a tunnel per se. Oh. Well, that's actually... The track is long. Alright, let's do the second launch here. What? Why will it not let you do that? That's, interesting. It won't get enough speed to make it over this, I think, if we do the inverted top hat. Oh, Raven turn. Ah! We'd have to turn the speed up on that launch, I think. Way up in the air, no down, no more track fall. Ah, no. So I think if we're gonna do a switch track, I mean, we could try. I think with that acceleration, this would be... I think that's gonna be much too intense. Well, it actually might make it through that. But I think the G's are going to be that's going to be way too intense going through that. We could look at the test results. Yeah, that's almost 7. It does make it through that. Oh, ooh, did not mean to do that. Okay. let their eyes pop out of their heads as a life lesson. Oh no! I'm trying to make this enjoyable, not trying to hurt people. Now, one thing we could do is we could get the turn into the second launch into a top hat. And then just... So we would have the coaster turn back. Let's just do... Alright, we'll need to place our switch track somewhere. How does this one actually work? So your dual launch would be like right there or something? Oh yeah, so it would go back up the spike over there. So we could just relocate that entire coaster back there. Let's see. Interesting, the tunneling is off. Whoa! All of these people are over here? Oh, those are birds. Okay. Oh gosh. Yeah, okay. Whoa. It's like she's up in the air. Whoa, she might be on Mars or something like that. Well, let me think about how I would do this here. You're all worried about G-forces, they're not even obeying gravity, right? What happened? I wonder why the tunneling is off. What's going on with that? Maybe I should build this in an area where there's not a path. Uh-oh. Really? Uh-huh. Out! And we'll have to call somebody to get that fixed. I don't know. I'm not really comfortable with building this right now. I'm gonna save what I have as a start. They never mentioned in the 1.7 update that your guests could get high now. I guess one of those hidden things they wanted us to discover. What's going on, Andrew? How are you? I'm gonna delete that. What I might do is just go into a default, just like a start park, and try to build it and then fit it in place later. Oh yeah, I need more time to play around with that and really figure out a good configuration for that ride. So, I mean, I could try to build another coaster type. One of these, a kiddie coaster would actually be a good fit over here. Maybe she's a Bears fan and so happy they won. Doing good, hope you are too. Yeah, not bad. Just the end of the weekend. I just come in to hang out before we gotta kick off the next week, you know. Wait, turn the angle snap off. Back to the grind tomorrow. Mondays are always the worst. Yeah, I don't generally feel like Mondays are the worst. Later in the week when it just gets, after several days of dealing with all the problems and stuff like that, is when I start to get really fed up and worn out. Well, that shouldn't still be turning. What's going on? I just failed in a kiddie coaster. I get kind of fed up with the LSM one. Cookie, could I theme that kitty coaster when you're done with it? I've got this one, man. I appreciate it, but... Let me run the brakes back here. Does this need just a single train, probably? Because we could do 2. Alright, let's do a little smoothing here. Let's see how it does. Oh, that's such a long train. Like, it's at the top of the lift hill before. Let me see if I can let it run 2 laps. You need a train like half that or even a third of that. I agree, I didn't realize that it was that long to begin with, because I didn't add any station pieces, it just automatically built that long. Let me see what we can do with that. That was interesting. Just by default, it built the station that long. Don't need that much. Actually gives us a little more time to redo the end. It doesn't have to be anywhere close to that long. Friction there. There was an option to go down from 16, yeah, but to shorten the station for not needing that many. smooth that a bit. Yeah, there we go. Very mild. Remove 2 cars so it goes down the lift hill. Ah. Seems like the lift hill was kind of holding it back, maybe just me. Looks like it's pulling a little more speed. There we go. That actually did improve it. Good suggestion. It definitely does give it a little more speed. Alright. I think what we could do is just flatten all this terrain over here. Keep the amount of cars and add more height to the lift hill. I think what I did there is fine. Your suggestion was good. I'm not trying too hard with this one. It's just a kiddie coaster overall, but I mean, I think it's got a decent... Well, what we could do is go in and... Hey, Sheriff, connect the river to it with like a little stream? That could be cool. Yeah, we can look at that. Oh, we just had a power issue somewhere. Or even somewhere make a wooden roller coaster in the mountains, use the terrain tool, and have a stream going down the side of it at some spot in your park. So we've got the wooden one over here, and I've thought of doing something like that. It's just to get the water to go downhill as top. I mean, you could do a custom waterfall. We could look at that. Alright, JP, welcome back. Oh, well, the problem would be we wouldn't be able to place water into that. So what I think we would have to do is actually raise that back up to gap it. So it's too shallow right here. don't need to do the water, but use the terrain and build it in the mountains. I've had Planet Coaster 1 for like 3 years. I'm not the greatest at it, but using the terrain tool, and sometimes it doesn't even look like it's in the park. It's 100 times better. Yeah, it's really cool. I love doing terrain work, actually. That should be a bit better. I think that actually looks pretty good overall. Just this little stopgap of the water right here. Could actually sculpt out some sort of a waterfall or something like that down here. You could even raise that water up. I think that looks better than nothing. Carve out the circle in the kiddie coaster for water. So if you want where the other goes over water, go into path settings and I can put railings on the sides for like a mini bridge. Yeah, we can do that. I'll do that here in a second. You think to widen the water right over here? Oh, where the path goes over. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, maybe, but maybe it will look dumb. Doesn't hurt to try it. Could even bring it back out to here. What you're doing so it looks like a little pond or something. Yeah, exactly. I actually like the idea of it. I'm not sure about that part right there. We could round that back, but definitely widens into like a small. We could even do... Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this. Not just selected, sampled. And then what we can do is kind of narrow this channel. While ensure that portion stays deep enough for the water to come through it. And yeah. Yeah, that there is okay, I think. Ah, that's the wrong. That's what I wanted. Can I ride the roller coaster? Yeah. I'll do the front POV. Nothing too intense. We'll change that path type in a moment. If you can see if you can make the coaster go around twice, most kiddie coasters do. Yeah, this one I did set it to do that. My lapping feature doesn't work on the kiddie coasters after the updates. Not sure if it's working on yours. I've also been listening since Kumba is my new master now. Oh! How's it coming along? I mean, we could just do something like that there. It's a little bit recessed down here. I think when we did a little bit of ground leveling, but can always adjust that a bit. Is it a faithful recreation? No. Am I happy with it? Also no. Oh man. Let's color this track. I'm thinking kind of the light blue. Oh, that changes the bracers underneath. One thing I hope they add one day is to be able to change the cart design, not just the color. I think with some coasters you can, but not all of them. It's like with this one you can, but I'm gonna keep the dragon because it's themed appropriately for this area. I think we should change that underneath the bracers and the supports. I put that speaker up there for the, let's just turn that down a tad. Alright, there we got a railing for the bridge over the water. Okay, on Planet Coaster 1 you can't. Yeah, and this one you can on a few different coaster types. Not all of them. I think when they were doing the free updates in the spring and stuff like that, what they were doing was adding like de-themed rides or coasters where you could choose like the generic train types instead of the themed ones. Alright, so let's go back into that. And I want to do... I'm going to find another... Well, this one right here has it. Alright. Now we could actually change the railing types. Alright, and it's ready to open. Not a real big scale coaster by any means, but it's something to give people something to do. This has no power now. Man. I think we need to add more solar panels. This is getting out of hand. Like, we're having a lot of the generators and stuff fail, and it's getting mildly aggravating. Where's Dale to question your choice in energy? I don't know. Might be celebrating after the Bears won. Alright, let's tie that in. Let me just check and see. There shouldn't be. Yeah, looks like everything's connected. Alright. Oh, no. Smooth that so those edges aren't as jagged. Well, we've already got people on that ride. That's good. Alright, I'm gonna step up real quick and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Alright, I'm back. Let's see here. Let me get caught up on chat. Oh, we already saw that one. Is it time to do a moderate family coaster? Well, I have this. I mean, I would say it's a little bit more on the mild side, but this is a family. It's one of the Vekoma, yeah, the LIM launch family coaster. So, I mean, we've got... If you wanted to go with something a little more thrilling, we could try that. Not sure I'm going to do that right now, though. You know what I think this area up here... Well, we've got all of that. We've got food options and stuff over there. Oh, yeah, forgot about that one. No, it's all good. Something that fills a void you have in the park. Yeah, I'd thought about doing the Intamin Blitz out over here. I'm struggling with the layout for that one. So, that's probably something that I would want to do outside the park and then bring the blueprint in. I keep checking this to see if it's gonna resurge or age. It's kind of weird. Yeah, you know what? Let me put down a pool. I think a good pool back here would be a nice idea. So let me actually change. Any good flat rides I have that I haven't added? Well, let me see what we've got. Yes, we've got a lot of flat rides. So we've got the drop tower, the Monte Leone. This swing. This is one that JP built. I should probably switch that out at some point with his Viking themed one. We've got this thing. Got a Ferris wheel here, that thing. Got like the magic carpet ride. Bumper cars, the kind of the pirate ship swing. That kind of top spinner there. The mecha roller, I think they call it. Teacups, chairlift, the observation tower. Enterprise. We got a pretty good variety of flat rides. We could always add a couple more. Yeah, JP built that one. He also did this one. Right here, the Nebula. Or I guess they call it the Synchronizing game or something like that. We gotta refix this. We can remove the railroad track, I just don't shut it down yet. I'm up for a wave pool, like right back over here. That could actually be something nice. So what we'll do is place that You do have a good collection of flat rides. A monorail would be cool, but you already have a train, so it's kind of pointless unless it replaces the train. I kind of like the way the train fits this park's theme. What about the pool you're doing and maybe a small slide complex? Yeah, we could do that. I mean, the slides wouldn't go into this, but I kind of designated this whole area back here for water rides and stuff. I've even thought about moving this coaster to open up more room, although I think we were gonna reroute the railroad to go like back here, under here, and around right at the edge. Alright, I want waiting depth. So we're gonna do one there. Turn that so it brings that tile up. That in the center. I was only thinking monorail because it's elevated, but the train probably does fit more unless you can get some really cool themed monorail cars, which I'm doubting. It's something that we could look into. The next thing I do here is a line build. Kind of on the straight portion there, and then we bring maybe can make some Viking themed trains. Oh man, they're turning all the... I'm here to announce Montu is almost finished. Good deal. I look forward to seeing it. Now we're going to bring all of this row up to shallow. And we'll go from the center of the pool right there. Gonna change the line here to curve. This is the problem I often run into, is these corners are kind of janky. There's a way to fix that. I'll do that in a minute. I'm thinking you're right, stick with the train and just reroute and expand as needed. Well, that didn't change, no, it didn't change the configuration of the pool, just the deck. Now to fix this. Batwing actually turned out really well. Awesome. No, that corner's still really wonky. This is a problem I've run into on a number of occasions. Trying to think of how to fix the slope in the corner. Nah, that's still jacked up. It's just a little off in that, but you know what, that's fine. And honestly, we could even make this portion a little bit deeper. That's pretty good. I mean, I'm thinking too, in a wave pool, the wading section is usually the largest, but there's enough room for people to swim back here, and then shallow for people that just want to wade. We can even make that a little bit longer and add a spot there for it. The other thing we could do is actually pull this row right here up. Now we go into pathing, and we're going to take that out, and we'll take that corner out, but then we'll just place stamps right there to line up at the end. And the other thing we actually could do is make the shallow section a tiny bit longer. Basically what we would do is demo kind of like that. No, not delete. Yeah, we'll stamp over that, I guess. And you could do a line. We'll turn those off. There we go. No, we don't have to deal with them again. I think that's pretty decent. And then what we could actually do is stamp out here. And that ties that in evenly and adds a little room for some sun chairs and also the lifeguard chairs. Yeah, there we go. And if we wanted to make it even wider, then we could. Come down and line that up there. And we could just do lines. It's a straight segment. That there leaves a little bit of a gap, so if we pull those and run it now. Oh, it still doesn't. Interesting. It should. Because you'd ideally like it to follow that curve. And it isn't. Let's do this. Bingo. Alright. Cool extras. If you add a little 1 meter one kind of on the end. Now we've got a nice functional wave pool. We'll add some lifeguard chairs and a couple ladders. So the ladders, actually, even the shortest one can't go in any section that's waiting. We missed a jet. Oh, wait a second. Let me make sure there are no others. There probably are a couple on this side. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Just so you know, you might have to make some tunnels for it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that would be... Alright, what we can do is actually cover this portion of the pool with a short lifeguard chair. Right there at the edge. And then a tall one right back here, pretty much centered. And that covers the entire pool. Now, one interesting thing that you could do is actually do an elevated pool deck for the sun loungers. You could do a couple rows easily that way. For example, right out here over the overlook, I think that would be a good place to do that. So what we'll do is we'll clear that tile out. Clear that. And then that one right there. That's where our staircases would go. And we do like a 1 meter or 1.5 meter height. I'm gonna go ahead and save the park. Not— oh, you actually named it Not Quite Kumba. We'll see it, though. You should put Montu in the same park as it. I have thought about doing, and I know I've asked if people would like to see, like, a real-world park recreated. And it seemed like most people weren't real highly inclined on that, but a Busch Gardens rework would, real world simulation would be really neat. Alright, let's check this out. I'm excited to see this. Ooh, that was harsh. Alright. That was actually really cool. It's a nice little different take on the ride. That is an interesting... It's like an offset vertical loop. That's actually really neat. You should get the little hill pop up over the, right before the Cobra roll. The interlocking corkscrews are actually really nice. And the other big difference is the way that it turns before the Cobra roll. And then turns up into the brakes. I think the real world model, the roll sits kind of out over here. But yeah, I really like that. Nice job. Colors are beautiful. Like those are spot on. And I forgot because I remember Kumba had black over the shoulder restraints, but I think they changed them to blue recently. Because I've seen like the test cars that have those blue restraints, which is really neat. It's got good stats. These interlocking corkscrews came out real nice. I looked at photos online and the restraints were blue. Yeah, they changed them recently, I think. I remember them having black restraints in the past. I like the blue. One thing I wish they would do with the coaster, when they redesigned the logo and did that kind of blue, green, yellow color, and the red is gone, I wish they would repaint the supports. I think if I took the real world logo, you know what I would do is probably paint the restraints, or not the restraints, the support beams. Probably black, to match like the letters. While I would keep the track teal, or maybe even go with a slightly bluer hue. Maybe kind of like that. The teal and orange are very Howard Johnson's, yeah. Oh, but that was really cool. I should have put that back here in the real part. The coaster's all the way, sits in the back. Check out Montu. There it is. I'm excited for this. This is one of my favorite coasters. Strongly suggest the front bumper. Yeah, of course. I know you always recommend that. Alright. Let's Give it a go. That's a slower lift hill. I'm going to speed it up to the top. Yes. Well, that Batwing came out nice. I love that you get airtime going up into the mid-course there. This actually dives under the train. Oh, into the ground. Cookie, I gotta go to bed, so guys, have a good night and have fun. Bye. Alright, have a great evening. Thanks for hanging out, man. Yeah, that's really nicely done. I like how you got it. You kind of, brought it underneath, because I know the real world ride, it comes back around and up that way. I kind of like this little extension and a nice pop of airtime going up there. Tricky thing, you'd have to get creative with the building, since the support comes out that way, but I really like that. That is criminal. You may want to smooth the drop after the mid-course. Yeah, we can do that. Really nicely profiled 0G roll. Very nicely done. That Montu and Kumba in the same park. That's really cool. Alright. Oh, so yeah, that Pantheon that we looked... let's check that out, because I meant to do that yesterday, and forgot about it, but I wanted to see this Pantheon. And I think I'm gonna call it a night after that. I've got a couple things to do, and then we got work in the morning, unfortunately, so... I got an earlier start today on purpose. Alright, let's go into the station here. Excuse me. I got a kitchen to tidy up. I do too. And then I've just got a few other things I gotta do to get ready for the morning. Wow. Custom supports are beautiful. Love that zero G stall. Yeah, that's really nice. Beautifully presented. I like that right there. That looks really cool. And you've got a restroom, the ride photos, and guest service desk there. Beautifully presented. And the queue back here kind of weaves around. And the scenery's good. Look at this over here. What is... Oh, that has Apollo's chariot, too! Wow, this is actually... Griffin. I want to see how they did the splashdown. That's one thing I really would like to see them do, is add a splashdown. That's cool they added the water effects there. Is to add an actual splashdown on these dive coasters. Like, Griffin and Shikara are known for that. Beautiful custom supports on this coaster, too. I would really like to see them, whoever made this, do more with this park and do like a recreated Busch Gardens. Because you could certainly get Alpengeist and Loch Ness. Well, you know what? Yeah, look at that. Because of the... starting to run out of room. That's a big ride. I mean, do y'all want to see the other, two coasters before I jump off? I'm kind of curious to check them out. Griffin over here is just beautifully presented. So delightful, say ah. We should ride the other ones. Yeah, let's do it. Alright. I'll do this one since we're right here. Oh, JP, you made it back. Awesome. Just checking out these coasters in this Busch Gardens Williamsburg creation. Oh, just crawling through that. Nice custom support there. Custom netting, I should say. The station is absolutely gorgeous. You did a really good job with that. The ride is nice too. I really did a good job with that. Cool, you walk under here, you've got the vending machines, and then... like you go through here and up that. That must be the ride exit. Yeah, okay. Really cool bridge right there. Splashdown area. Those kind of don't go to anywhere at the moment. Alright, let's go back and we can check out the Apollo's Chariot one. Oh, here it is. That was very nicely presented too. Move your exit right there. Sounds like it's about to release. Maybe not. There we go. I like the trees, how they have the fall colors. Top of that hill was a little bit weirdly profiled. Beautiful custom supports on this too. All three coasters. Really nice custom support work. Very cool. Yeah, nicely done. They did a good job with that. It's crawling through this. Yeah, that was cool. I put a lot of effort into all these coasters and the custom supports and everything. They look gorgeous. The rides are beautifully presented. I'm impressed. Alright, I think on that note, I'm going to go ahead and call it an evening. And get up and get some stuff done. Or I gotta get into bed and back to work tomorrow. I should be on tomorrow. Yeah, I should be. I think Tuesday I probably will not. I'm gonna be home pretty late. I might just take a night off or something like that, but have a good night all. See you next time. Bromik, thanks for hanging out, man. Have a great evening. Yeah, so we'll pick back up with this probably tomorrow. Not totally sure what I'm gonna do. I might try to work on some stuff, but we'll see. JP, have a great evening too. Alright, that's where I'm going to close it for the evening. Thank you all so much. Appreciate you all. And, Andrew, catch you later. Have a great one. And, yeah, we'll be back most likely tomorrow evening. As always, until then, take care, stay safe. And we'll see ya.